Jeff and Jeremy in the Morning podcast brought to you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111.
It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I wonder if they're aiming to make this event at the Olympic Games in 2028 in Los Angeles next week. In the City of Angels, the world's first sperm race will take place. It's going to take place at the Palladium in Hollywood, and 1,000 spectators are going to be there. Now you need
What's it called?
sperm races. So what they're going to do is they're going to take two contestants, kind of give you a biography of those two contestants, like what they're. And at first I thought, is this a joke? What kind of perverse thing is this? But then the scientists started talking, and I started kind of buying in on it. This startup for sperm racing has raised $1 million to stage a showdown where two sperm samples. So like if you and I were competing, we would put our samples on a racetrack that mimics the reproductive system. Are you out? Is that what you're saying? You don't want any part of this?
No, I don't know where that's coming from.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I can roll with it. High resolution cameras will be connected to the microscopes, and they will live stream the action in this reproductive system that they've created. And they've created on the reproductive system a finish.
So weird.
A finish line. It is weird. And that's exactly what I thought.
Wait a second. Are you telling me they're going to do like under a microscope, or not a lab type situation? They're going to have like an egg.
They're going to have micro. No. They're not fertilizing. They're going to have microscope A.
That would be too far.
They're going to have microscope A. But the sperm need to be motivated to get to something, right? So I don't know what's at the finish line. But
so you don't know what they're going to.
Microscope A and microscope B. They're going to have split screen where you can see the feed of what's going on microscope A and microscope B, and it is like going to be treated like a spectator sport. They're going to have commentary. They're going to have
betting. Say to you if you
could bet on it based on the person's it's a
terrible thing to bet on. You don't know anything about it. That's the problem. At least, that's the thing about betting, is at least you feel like you have a chance because maybe you know more than somebody else does, or the casino. And so
sometimes you don't. Sometimes you sit down at a game of blackjack and basically the odds are like flipping a coin, or that stupid wheel thing that you spin around and you put money on and you try to win money on
Roulette?
it. No, I'm talking about the big wheel when you walk in. It's got $1 bills, it's got $5 bills, it's got $10 bills, it's got $20 bills.
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't paid attention to it. But I understand what you're saying. But roulette is also a game of chance, right? I mean, you put money on a number or a color to win.
Yeah, red or black on roulette is like flipping a coin, So I mean, it's really not that far off of that. Except for if you get information, you're going to get information about the samples. Like, okay, this contestant has a diet of such and such and such and such, and lives in a certain area.
Jack-in-the-box tacos,
right? Smokes a lot of weed. Then we're putting him on the board. He's at 5-1 odds. Something like that.
Come on, pothead! I'm rooting for the pothead. He's like taking on some guy that does 3 marathons a year. He's also a triathlete.
Right, eats kale,
kind of stuff.
He just mainlines kale.
Stoner beats him with the Jack-in-the-Box tacos and all that.
It's like betting on the long shot at the Derby, right?
This actually could be a good thing.
It's serious.
To win something.
Eric Zhu is the founder of this sperm racing, and his angle for the betterment of humanity is that male fertility has declined in recent years. Our birth rates are much lower than they've ever been, especially in this country. Because
expensive to have a kid.
And studies show that it's declining due to lifestyle factors like diet and stress. So the race could make it a very hot topic and lend some education to people that might want to be parents as to what would work better for them. So then once he said that, I was like, well, it might serve more of a purpose than watching a basketball game.
I mean, I'm a little bit more interested than when we started this conversation a couple minutes ago.
Right. I thought it was ludicrous when I first read it.
But if they just put Gym Guy 1A against Gym Guy B, then I'm not interested.
Well, you need to know.
I want to see. I want to see couch potato stoner video game guy taking on guy that seriously does like a couple
to see if there's a difference
a year. Yes.
Make it like a Final Four, but like like a tournament, an NCAA tournament, like 64 contestants from different backgrounds.
It's all genetic based on the strength of your swimmers.
Maybe.
I don't think it has anything to do with lifestyle, but I could be wrong. And I'm not a doctor, and I don't know.
Right.
But we'll see.
This guy is, and he's betting on that. And 1,000 people are going to show up at the Palladium on the 25th, and they're going to watch
May?
No,
April?
Next week. Next week. April 25th. What day is that? Friday. It's going to be, it's a prime time.
Friday. Swimmers.
It's crazy, but it's kind of interesting. It is kind of interesting. It's really strange. Like the concept of it is interesting. Like you're betting on people's biographies, at least, and how are they certified, by the way? How do you prove that you're the guy that runs 6 marathons a year and eats nothing but kale and chicken, No,
I guess we have to go on his word, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. He's going to be proud of it. He's going to be all about it. And the stoner.
What if he gets beat? What if he gets beat by the stoner?
That'd be great.
Oh man, that'd be so crazy. You get beat by a stoner.
Jeff and Jeremy in the
Brought to
morning.
you commercial free by another podcast. You've subscribed to ours, now subscribe to theirs. It's the Slow County Real Estate Podcast with Hal Swayze. When you're done with this, go listen to something that will actually enrich your life. California DRE 01111 911.